So I started out with this band called Diesel. We friends in Belo Horizonte, in Minas. We got together and got this band, really kind of grunge, heavy, like 90s style, like really heavy stuff. And we moved to Los Angeles with that band. Then we booked some shows and started playing. The band was really powerful, had a great show, and started to get the attention of a lot of different labels. And then eventually we got signed. Clive Davis, this legendary music figure, he discovered like James Joplin, Whitney Houston, Aerosmith, like a bunch of great bands. He signed our band, and we stayed in the U.S. We lived there for like 2 years. We recorded an album with Matt Wallace. He did Faith No More, Maroon 5, a bunch of great records. So we did an album with him, but it never got released. The label changed, everything changed, and then eventually the record got shelved. It never released that. But we found a way to meet this great engineer, producer called Tom Russo. He also has like an amazing record of great recordings. He did Audio Slave, Johnny Cash, Michael Jackson. And we did an album called Liberty Square. The band changed the name. So we changed to Eudora. So we released that record independently in the US and in Brazil. I was the guitar player on that band, and I started to miss Brazil, to miss home, and miss write songs in Portuguese because we were singing in English at the time, and I wasn't the songwriter at the time. So I had this urge of writing my own songs and do it in Portuguese, and we were away from home for a really long time. So we thought, let's go back home, and I'm gonna put together this new band. And me and one of the guys in the band, Thiago, we started our band called Transmissor. It's the band that we have up until this day. We have 3 records out. It was really cool. We got a really big following in Brazil. We played really good shows. In the middle of that, I started to record my first solo record in 2012. I moved outside Belo Horizonte. I moved to some beautiful mountains close to Belo Horizonte, like 30 minutes away. And got this really small, A-frame house. Looks like a cartoon, like a Tim Burton cartoon. My room was it was only the bed, on this A-frame house, and I wanted to be by myself. It's really secluded. It's really far away. I didn't see many people around that time, so I was really focused on doing my own records. I love to play with people too, but I don't know, I think for my solo stuff, it kind of in my head works that way, because sometimes I use the studio as a tool, as a songwriting tool, because maybe I have a song that's not finished, but I know I'm gonna finish that one, so I start doing it. I start recording, and later on I add the vocals for the chorus, and later on I add some guitar parts, so it's like a puzzle that in my brain works better. And I think it worked really good for the first and second album. And probably on the third one, I'm gonna try to do the drums too, so I'll do everything. But it's not a thing that I want to do everything. It's just, it's easier for me that way, and I take my time and I do my own way. When I was starting the idea of recording my solo album, I was listening to John Lennon a lot, the first John Lennon record, and Plastic Ono Band. It was really big influence. Elliott Smith was another one. It was really, really good because he showed me that I could sing like really softly and that would be cool. I didn't want to like scream. It wasn't part of my personality. This producer that lives in Los Angeles called John Bryan, he was also really big influence to my solo music. And it was the first time that I saw somebody like playing all the instruments. And the show started with him like playing the drums, and then he would like grab a bass, and everything was like recording in a loop, and then he would grab a guitar, and I thought that was so cool. And that influenced me to play more instruments. I was just playing guitar at the time. And recently, one of the great influence of mine, it's Mac DeMarco, this artist from Canada. He also plays everything, records everything by himself. So this whole thing really got into my head, and the whole thought of like doing everything by myself was like what I wanted to do on my first and second album, just recording all the instruments, producing, engineering, and everything.